Yeah.
Unfulfilled and facing financial ruin, actor Nic Cage accepts a $1 million offer to attend a wealthy fan's birthday party. Things take a wild, unexpected turn when a CIA operative recruits Cage for an unusual mission. Taking on the role of a lifetime, he soon finds himself channeling his most iconic and beloved characters to save himself and his loved ones. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the summary of the unbearable weight of massive talent, the new Nicolas Cage vehicle.
Nicolas
Like
Cage
I
movie.
mentioned before. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, well that too.
It's
Like
called
I
the
said
Nicolas Cage
before, if you want to, and we do it every time. See, you messed up my flow now. We do this every time. We give you one sentence review on the unbearable weight of massive talent. Jason, what is your one sentence review of that?
Pedro Pascal has unbearable massive talent.
Mm. My one sentence review of this movie is: this is Nick Cage at the most Nick Cageousness that one Nick Cage on a Nick Cage movie can give you. Yes. Well, I'll let you start off here, Jason. What are your thoughts on the unbearable weight of massive talent? I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say the new Nick
The
Cage
Nick
movie
Cage
from now
movie.
on.
That's what I've been calling it
Yeah.
the whole entire time. It's a Nick Cage movie. Yeah, I was entertained by this. This was a very giggle worthy movie for me, which I guess was kind of a small disappointment. I giggled through this movie. I did not laugh. There were no heartfelt chuckles where I'm rolling tears away from my eyes laughing at this movie, but I did giggle. There were a lot of funny things in here. Um, which is, I guess, is not what I expected because I expected this to be some sort of laugh riot or whatever like this. So that it's not the movie's fault; it's my fault. I came in there with expectations, but as I said, Pedro Pascal really sells his character in this. I really enjoy his rapport with Nicolas Cage. They play off each other very very well in this movie. It's kind of like Step Brothers in a way, where these two people like you think aren't going to get along, and it's like, did we become best friends? We sure did, kind of thing. Um, and Nick Cage, he is like oddly like restrained in a little in a way. He's not like as over the top as we know Nick Cage can be in this movie.
Hmm.
Even though there are parts that are over the top, it's just like I know that Nick Cage has another gear higher than that, and it's just like, oh, you just went you could have gone 10, but you did it at a 9, or you could have gone 11, but you did it at 10. You know, and so, but still, it's really entertaining. It's really enjoyable to watch. Um, Pretty much everything else in the movie is, I mean, it's there, it's fine, it's good. It's nothing egregiously, plot wise that it's dumb or like that doesn't make any sense. It's fun. It's a fun movie. That's what I'm trying to get at. It's fun. Nicolas Cage is fun. A Nicolas Cage fan is fun. Yeah. Honestly, I guess the last sort of part where I guess it just like I guess kind of falls apart for me. Even though it kind of does make sense that Nick Cage is able to do all the shit. He's an actor. He does at the end of the movie do some like if you're supposed to take this movie as fact in real life and Nicolas Cage's life, that dude should have been dead. He should have been dead. His family should have been dead. His friends should have been dead. They all should have died. And not only should they not have should have died, but if they didn't die, they should have had massive amounts of trauma and
Hmm.
not be
Hmm.
like, you know, this was fun. This is a fun little family adventure. But that's just like, I guess, a part of the story. It was just, let's not make it as deep as it can be. Let's just have fun with this. And so, for the most part, I did just have fun with this. And this was a fun movie. Nicolas Cage is, he's back. Not like he went anywhere, but he's back.
Right. Oh man, it's one of these moments where me and you are feel the same,
But
but
differently.
the results are different. Yeah, but the results, and it goes with that word you said, expectations. I walked into this movie with a certain amount of expectations of what I thought this movie was going to be. For some reason, I thought this movie was going to be Nicolas Cage playing it straight as himself, but the world and the reality of his movies kind of taking place in his reality and forcing him to like just realize that I'm an actor and I'm just Nick Cage. I'm not like the Con
Yeah,
Air dude. I'm not like
the Rock guy.
nah. He's all those things, and like they do a great job in the movie to be like because Pascal's character remind him that like no, you said you did this and like the featurette of that
You
movie
did your own
or
stunts.
right. And look, because I'm always one of those favorite people that say all you do is just drop a line and we go with it. And they did it a lot of times. They dropped a line and we went with it, and I did go with it. And like you said, it's a chuckle fest. It's very cute. It's very, if you're a Nicolas Cage fan, it's really exciting because you can see the callback to various movies and you can even place them into certain situations that are reminiscent to some of his movies. And look, I can't hate on that because I'm a huge Nick Cage fan. But I thought, and again, expectations, I thought the process of this movie was Nick Cage being regular Nick Cage and just being put into jacked up situations. Nick Cage's character in here is not playing himself. He's actually playing the caricature of
Of
himself
Nick Cage.
in
Yeah.
this. Yes. And that's not what I wanted. I wanted just regular ass Nick Cage, down on his luck, financial troubles, like wearing him down and letting him really just have a tour de force acting. But no, it's the caricature of himself. And they even go as far to the caricature of himself to give you a living embodiment of the over the top zealous
Oh
caricature of
my
himself
goodness.
that was almost really annoying to me. And I know what they were playing off of. And people, when you see the movie, if you don't know, you just have to Google it. Like it's an interview he did in like England, I think, where he's just wow, like you can tell he's on some shit. And he's just they use that character in this movie. And once I saw that character, I was like, okay, this movie's not going to give me what I was asking for. I see what they're doing here. So it made me kind of enjoy it less because of that. But then when I was just starting to get into the flow of the movie and I'm just starting to really kind of, like you said, you feel like he's starting to tame himself down, especially when he meets the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Pascal's character, you're right. Nicolas Cage kind of tames himself down. He acts like a normal human being in these situations. But then you had to add in the CIA angle. And I know it's in the trailer, guys. And I know after you watch this movie, they should have eliminated that out of the movie. They should have just taken them off the board altogether. And then, especially if you're going to use known people to play the role, like you could put Pascal in that role, and I get it, he's a known person, but because let's be real, our bias and supremacy, people of color could play different roles, and we let it ride. We let it ride or whatever. I hate that like you put Tiffany Haddish there and Ike Hope, whatever his name is, in that role. I'd rather you have got no name people. So it actually could have felt like real CIA people if you were going to include them in this movie. So that you
Because
could have
Tiffany
actually been
Haddish
like,
she doesn't act. She's just Tiffany
no,
Haddish.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and so I just wish they would have recast that if you would do the CIA thing. Give me some unknowns. Give me some fun. It's just like was it Jesse Plemons when he first started doing his acting, and we used to call him like Fat Matt Damon or whatever. But we didn't know who he was. So when he played these roles, you would think he's really crazy because you didn't know him from anything, and it worked well, like in Game Night and all the things like that. Like I didn't know who he was, so it worked very well because it felt like, oh wow, like it's some so I wish they would have scrapped the whole CIA. I wish it just would have been he gets there and then shenanigans take place and he maybe stumbles across the girl and then now it's like a free fall of shenanigans. I don't know. I feel like they could have reworked it a little different. The CIA
Yeah.
angle, I think it's just useless in it. And I
Because it
think it
also
just
gets
takes up time.
kind of dark too. Like,
Yeah.
like CIA angle does not end very well.
No, not at all. Not at all. But it is so unbefitting what the movie's been to that point.
Yeah.
And then it gets dark and then it goes back light again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so like it just the tone was off for me for a lot of moments, but like you said, the performances of Pascal and Nick Cage almost kind of carry this movie on its back completely. Like they lift up this movie on both ends and be like, "Hey, we're going to make you enjoy this because it is still a fun movie." The only last gripe I have is that I didn't know that was Demi Moore at the end. She doesn't
I
look
do
like
know.
herself at all.
She's got a lot of
Like
work done.
a
I was
ton
like,
of
oh,
work
that's
done.
Demi Moore.
I didn't. I was like, man, who is this chick? I'm like, she reminds me of somebody. And then they say it, and I go, what?
That was the
So,
studio decision.
yeah, and that was a great moment there. Like same thing too. Neil Patrick Harris. I read they had cast an unknown for that.
Yeah, because
That
like
that could have
either
actually
he's,
felt like his agent.
I guess like it would have made more sense like Neil Patrick Harris just being Neil Patrick Harris and like, yo, I'm just your friend who is just telling you advice or whatever, you
Right.
know, like,
And
and
then I
then
feel
you,
like Neil Patrick Harris's character felt like his character in The Matrix. So even
yeah,
still, like it just I don't I agree
Neil,
with
pick
everything
better
you
parts,
said.
man.
Right. I agree with everything you said. It's just that I did not care for this movie as much as you probably did. It
Oh, you
it's
think I
not one
care
of those
for it?
movies. Oh well, there we go. I made a presumption there because I didn't hear. We haven't gotten the ratings yet, but it's just parts of this movie. I was just bored and tired of the shenanigans and like I don't know. I thought it was going to be something fresher, like a little bit fresher than what it was. I think it just linked into like people like Nic Cage and we like the zaniness of Nic Cage and they linked into it, which is fine. I just wanted it to be just a little something
It should
different.
have been more over the top than what it was, sir.
But I feel like it should have been completely over the top, but him play it straight.
Yeah,
Like, to be like, fuck, I'm just an actor. Why are you guys why is this happening to me? Like,
can't
there's just
do
that moment of
this.
realization. Yeah. But he would have those moments in the movie, but it was so caricature. Like he's like, oh, I'm an actor. What are you? Like it was like,
Like, no, but
bruh.
you're the actor that was in The Rock. So you
Right,
did
right.
you trained firearms and stuff, so you should know. Like, you're
It'd
faster
be
than me in
like,
loafers.
yeah, be like, no, I trained on it on a set with blanks. I don't shoot really well. Like I feel like some of that realism could have been like fun to have him to be like everybody else in the world is playing this completely comical, and he's like, what's going on here? Like, how am I getting this? But it was like,
Yeah,
nah, Nick
that
Cage
seemed
is
like a
going
much
with
better
it.
movie.
Yeah, but Nick Cage is going with it. Like, oh, maybe in my life of life, I could have been a CIA agent. Like, no,
Like,
you
because
couldn't. Like,
in any other reality, especially in this one, if Nick Cage did the things that he did in the end of this movie, he would have got shot in his face, and they would have put him in a ditch somewhere in the middle of fucking the Spanish fucking backwoods, and we would never
right.
heard from Nick Cage again. Be like, oh, what happened to Nick Cage? I don't know. He just disappeared in Spain.
Like, this movie should have like been in principle. And some people may know this, people don't like because I don't know the exact story, but I remember hearing about. Remember how like Sean Penn helped like stop a drug lord
Yeah.
in real life? This movie should have been that. Like it should have been like that. Like, but more fantastical on the drug lord part. But Nick Cage playing it straight. And like, so maybe one day Sean Penn will make that movie, and I think it'll be
Yeah, but
great
that's
to
great.
watch.
If Sean Penn makes that movie is going to be the most dramatic, like
It
over the
will.
top, like seriousness. He's like, no, I'm Sean Penn. I act to bring people love and joy.
Right?
This is
It'll be
why I
so
do
great.
this.
It'll be so
Acting
great.
is the most important job in the world. This is why I'm the only one capable of bringing in Chavez Guzman, or I can't remember what the fucking drug lord's name was, but yeah.
Right.
No,
Right.
you think you FBI agents can handle this? No, I'm Sean Penn. I can handle
He's a fan.
it.
I'll make him turn himself in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the ratings. Jason, what are you giving the Nick Cage movie?
5 out of 5. Ha! I tricked you. No, that's good. I would give it a 3 out of 5. Honestly,
Three out of five.
it's
Okay.
yeah, it's giggle worthy. I was entertained, but like as I said, I was expecting something different. I guess.
The performances are strong, so I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5, and that's like grading on a curve because I feel like Pascal acted so well that like I can't give him any lower than that. Just his performance alone is
He's
enough that I
good.
think people should appreciate. Yeah, he's amazing in this. So definitely makes up for the Wonder Woman 84 thing for me. Uh,
Hey, shit, he's the best part of that movie too.
facts. But it ain't hard too because old girl can't
Yeah,
act. All right, let me
no.
stop shitting on people because I have a habit of shitting on people's acting and I can't act.
Look,
All right, Jason, we did it, man. We
hey,
we did we did the impossible
we
and
made an
then did it
hour and
twice.
15 cents.
Yeah. As always, guys, thank you all for listening, watching, and joining us here at the N Word for Nerd podcast. It's a pleasure having you guys listen to us. By all means, like we said before, if you could like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And I can tell people too, like, look, I know we push sponsors, we have sponsors and all that. That's cool and all. But the biggest thing you could do for us is share our content. You know, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Because I do feel like we're building something here. And I, unlike some podcasts that get really, really big, I enjoy and look at my day ones and go, nah, they was down here for day one. I'm always going to feature those people. So please, by all means, share, join us, become part of the family, man. We love you. We love spending time doing this. And when we see the numbers of people who watch it and comment, it makes us just more encouraged to keep doing what we're doing. So I just want to say thank you to all you guys that are doing that.